Within the sight of America's glittering skylines, millions of inner-city kids dream of opportunities to escape their surroundings. These dreams seemingly are forever just out of reach.
Street2Street is a nonprofit organization that helps kids that live on the street by partnering them with guys that work on Wall Street.
In neighborhoods rife with violence, rampant drug use, and poverty, the resilient optimism of youth often gives way to the relentless oppression of hopelessness and alienation.
As I was walking around neighborhoods seeing kids play basketball every single day, and me standing on the street corner not being able to talk to them, I saw hopelessness and helplessness a lot of times. I wanted to have something that would bless them.
The idea for Street2Street was to be a tool for the churches in the community. We'll provide the tournament, we'll provide the activity, we'll provide the jerseys, the trophies, the food, the referee, to bring the church and the neighborhood, the community together.
You know, in the world you can clearly see how there's a lot of respect paid to dudes like Biggie and Tupac. Well, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna take a minute to invite you into our world. To our world,
Street2Street partners business professionals and other supporters with inner-city kids whose plight has been largely ignored by society.
A lot of my friends work on Wall Street, and as I began to talk about bringing a high-quality basketball tournament to Sunset Park in Brooklyn, they all jumped on board. They were very excited to help support what we were doing.
Well, I'm a personal friend of Woody Woodfin, met at our local church, and once I heard about the idea God had planted in his heart, it was just terrific. I love basketball, love kids, and it seemed like a very effective way of bringing the gospel out to the kids in Brooklyn.
It's a blessing for me to be involved with Street2Street. I was introduced to it through a friend of mine, Woody Woodfin. There's so much opportunity in New York City to reach youth and introduce them to having a relationship with Jesus Christ. And they've been tremendously receptive, and the great thing about it is it's real. It's right on the street. It involves a bunch of churches. Doesn't matter if it's Catholic, Presbyterian, Assemblies of God. We are here for the kids only. It's their free will to make a decision on their life, and Street2Street is just one seed that God has planted in this community. And we know that God wants to do great things in his kids' lives.
I've been doing this kind of ministry for 25 years. This is probably one of the best ministries, sports I've ever come across. They give these kids an opportunity to do one of the things they love, but give them an opportunity to learn the truth about God.
Street2Street is a very unique ministry because it reaches these kids through the common language of basketball. These kids love basketball. It's kind of their life. And if they don't get gripped by the gospel, the street will eventually win over and take them into activities that are not productive for their lives.
Growing up in Sunset Park, being thrown out in the mean streets at the age of 16 years old, I just really feel that something like Street2Street really gives an option for the kids. It helps preach the gospel. It also shows that you don't have to be in a gang to be like everyone else. There's a lot of different things that Street2Street brings forth in people's lives, and they get to meet people like me that can say that, hey, you know what? I was in the streets and I didn't have no one there and I made it out.
I could reach a Wall Street guy and share what I believe with them. I can't reach an inner city kid. That's not in my skill set, not a core competency for me. Woody Woodfin has amazing relationship skills and organizational skills. All of his key staff come from these neighborhoods that these kids come from. They relate and understand and know these kids. That's why there's an impact.
We'll sign youth leaders. This is your group of kids. This is your team. You cheer for that kid the whole day. You talk to that kid the whole day. You ask him what school he goes to. Does he have brothers and sisters? Pray with these kids. Break down that wall. Get to know him.
The ultimate purpose of Street2Street is to bring the gospel to every kid in every neighborhood.
We have seen the growth from Sunset Park to Park Slope, now even going to Arizona.
Partners are very important to Street2Street. And not only can a partner just give something that's meaningful, but he can actually meet the kid. He can actually talk with him, and he can have an influence on this kid's life.
When you partner with Street2Street, you can turn a dream into a reality for a disadvantaged kid.
What a partnership does with Street2Street, it really allows our partner to leave a legacy through these kids.
Building relationships, bringing people together, different social classes, that neighborhood kid to meet that Wall Street sponsor.
Your support of Street2Street is a critical investment in the lives of teens with big dreams, but few spiritual and material resources to make them come true. It does not take much, it just takes you.
We want you to come and experience Street2Street.
Your opportunity to get back with God